Assalamu-Alaikum everyone. My name is Minsa Education Valia and I'm a student of ACCL at Rehan School Korangi Campus. Welcome to my Callannie task. Today I will be interviewing a very guest CC Miles on the topic Sorry Not Sorry, how this modern phrase evolved during this interview. I will ask questions about the origin, meaning, and evolution of the phrase sorry not sorry and how it is commonly used in modern communications and social media. Let's begin the interview. So, my first question is, what does the phrase sorry not sorry mean?
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm ready. Let's get into it. Basically, sorry, not sorry is the ultimate linguistic shrug. It's a way of saying, I know this might be annoying or controversial to you, but I don't actually regret it. It's a fake apology. You're checking the social box of saying the word sorry, but the not sorry part is where the real truth is. It's more about confidence or even a bit of sass than actually feeling bad.
Okay, where did the phrase sorry not sorry originate?
Let me dig into that. It's definitely got that internet era energy, but I want to see if there's a specific moment or trend that actually kicked it off. And it looks like it just bubbled up in the 2000s. There's no one specific inventor, but it really exploded around 2010 as social media took over. It's basically the digital version of a smirk. Um, you think that's a pretty clean transition from a real apology to a meme, or does it feel a bit too rude?
Okay, why has this phrase become so popular?
It's all about the power move. People love it because it lets them be unapologetically themselves while still acknowledging the social rules of politeness.
Yes.
It's a way to claim your space or your opinion without having to actually cave or feel guilty about it. Plus, it's short, punchy, and fits perfectly in the caption. Basically turns a potential argument into a joke. Do you think it's more about confidence or just being a bit provocative?
When do people usually say sorry, not sorry?
Usually, when someone is like doing something they love that other people might find weird or annoying, like if you're eating a whole pizza by yourself at midnight or posting your 10th vacation photo in one day, it's for those moments where you know you're being too much, but you're totally fine with it. I've heard it used a lot in fashion or music too, just to double down on a bold choice. You ever find yourself using it for something specific?
Sure. Is sorry, not sorry a real apology? Why or why not?
Wait, let me stop. Actually, it's the exact opposite of a real apology. A real apology is about empathy and making things right. Um, Sorry, not sorry is basically a performance. You're you're saying the words, but you're stripping away all the remorse. It's less about the other person and more about you announcing that you're sticking to your guns. It's basically an apology with a get over it attached to the end.
Okay. What message does the phrase usually convey?
It's a declaration of independence, really. As a message is basically, I'm owning this. Whether it's a weird habit, a spicy opinion, or a bold outfit, the phrase tells the world that the person's self satisfaction is more important than the other person's approval. It's a way of saying they're comfortable in their own skin, even if that makes things awkward for everyone else. It's a pretty bold way to handle a social interaction, don't you think?
Okay. How is sorry, not sorry different from simple saying sorry?
It's the difference between a bridge and a wall. When you just say sorry, you're trying to build a bridge back to the other person. You're acknowledging you messed up and want to fix it. But sorry, not sorry is more like putting up a wall. You're acknowledging the friction, sure, but you're basically saying you have no intention of moving from where you stand. One is about humility, the other is about ego.
Okay. Why
It's
is
kind of wild how one you were starting to ask why something is. Go ahead, I'm listening.
okay? Ask why is the phrase common on social media?
It's basically designed for the feed. Social media is all about the highlight reel and the main character energy. This phrase is the perfect tool for that because it's a quick way to be edgy and confident without needing a long explanation. It turns a potentially reaction from followers into a power move. Plus, it looks great as a hashtag. You know what I'm saying? It makes people seem more authentic or just more arrogant when they use it in the caption.
Okay. Can this phrase sound rude or disrespectful? Why?
Oh, for sure. It can definitely lean into rude territory because it basically dismisses the other person's feelings. When you say not sorry, you're telling the person you might have hurt or annoyed that their reaction doesn't actually matter to you. It takes the empathy out of the equation and replaces it with a deal with it attitude. In a casual setting with friends, it's a joke, but if you use it during a real conflict, it's like throwing gas on a fire.
Okay. In what situation is it appropriate to use sorry, not sorry?
Keep it in the lighthearted lane. It's best for low stakes situations where the offense is something trivial or actually kind of funny. Like if you're the only one who likes pineapple on pizza or you're obsessing over a cheesy pop song. It works when the vibe is playful and everyone knows you're just being a little brat for the fun of it. If there's any actual pain or real anger involved, you should definitely steer clear of it. Does that make sense, or do you think there are other spots where it could actually work?
Oh, okay. How does tone of voice affect the message meaning of this phrase?
Everything. Tone is what tells you if the person is actually joking or if they're genuinely trying to start a fight. If it's said with a laugh or a playful wink, it's just a bit of sass. You know what I'm saying? But if it's delivered with a flat voice or a cold stare, it's basically a verbal slap in the face. It's the difference between a little tease and a total shutdown.
Okay. Why do young people use this expression more often?
It's the main character thing again. Younger generations grew up in a culture that really values authenticity and owning your truth. There's a lot of pressure to be unique and bold, so using a phrase like this is a way to signal that you're not conforming to someone else's expectations. Plus, internet culture moves fast, and they're the ones driving these kinds of linguistic shortcuts. It's just part of the digital dialect. Do you feel like that's a good shift in how people communicate, or do you miss the days of more formal politeness?
Can Omar make sorry, not sorry sound friendlier?
I'm assuming you mean how someone can make it sound friendlier. The secret is all in the delivery. You've got to pair it with a smile or a laugh so the other person knows you're just playing around. If you say it with a bit of a giggle, it turns into a shared joke rather than a dismissal. Basically, about making sure the not sorry part feels like a tease and not a point of pride.
Okay. Why are some examples of using sorry, not sorry in everyday conversations?
Sure, I got you. Imagine you're at a party and you just finished the last piece of cake that everyone wanted. You could look at them and say, I just couldn't resist. Sorry, not sorry. Or if you're binge watching a show that everyone says is terrible, but you're absolutely loving it. Your friend asks why you're still watching it, and you're just like, it's so bad, it's good. Sorry, not sorry. It's all about those moments where you're doubling down on a choice that's a little bit controversial. Can you think of a time where you'd use it?
Okay. How has internet culture influenced the popularity of this phrase?
It basically gave the phrase a megaphone. Before the internet, a comment like that would just be a quick remark in a room. But with social media, it became a brand. The culture of the hot take and the aesthetic meant people were constantly looking for ways to be provocative in a way that looked cool on a screen. Turned a personality trait into a meme that anyone could adopt just by typing it in a caption. It's dope how a simple contradiction could become a global signal for I'm doing my own thing. Do you think the internet makes us more honest about our opinions or just more aggressive?
Okay. Do different cultures have similar expressions? Can you give me an example?
Let me look into that. It's a very match, but honestly, it's more of a vibe than a translation. Most cultures have ways of doing non apologies, but the specific sass of sorry, not sorry is very rooted in individualistic cultures like in the US. In places like Japan or Korea, where the focus is more on group harmony, a fake apology like that could actually be seen as way more offensive because the social stakes are higher. It's basically the difference between a playful nudge and a total breach of etiquette. Does that make the English version seem more like a luxury or just more reckless?
Okay, Mel, that's bring us to the end of today's interview. Thank you so much for sharing such interesting insights into this modern phrase and word. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this interview and learned something new. See you in the next colony task. Goodbye.
Anytime. It's a blast being part of the interview.